Hello, and welcome to another episode of my cybersecurity M&A due diligence series. And in this episode, I'll be going through the process of identifying and managing risk within your target's third-party ecosystem. So the company that you're buying, how are you assessing their third parties and the level of risks they pose to that acquisition? Now, you may ask, why does that have to be part of my process of buying a business? I'm just focusing on buying the business. Yes, but buying that business comes with what's called inheritance, right? You're inheriting their processes, their practices, their partners, and all the other external entities that they actually work with. So it's important to look and check and make sure that you assess and follow the breadcrumbs as far as you can go with the time that you have to make sure that you have a good view of the risk that you're inheriting and that which you'll be taking on. So my question is your weakest link lying outside of your network boundaries? And if so, how are you going to manage that as part of your M&A deal process? Now, what does this actually mean? It means that whenever you're buying that particular business, as well as assessing them as a business and as that acquisition target, look at all the touch points and all their vulnerabilities that surround that business, and as try and understand a few things as to whether or not they're managing third-party risks efficiently or effectively. Do they have something in place that manages and gives them one view of their third parties that and partners that they work with? Now, why is this important? It's important because a typical example here that gives some context is Proskauer Rose, which is a law firm, a very international law firm. They were breached as a result of a misconfigured server in a cloud environment, and that compromised over 184,000 M&A records. So if you imagine all the documents that has been generated during the M&A deal process, that's the letter of intent, confidential data around finance, around the individuals, NDAs, all the details that involves the M&A deal process, and all the parties involved were breached as a result of a misconfigured server that was managed by a third party. Now, here are some tips that you can take away to assess and get some insights as to the risk profile of these third parties of the company that you're buying.